All thanks and praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Wa Rakakwadash. Peace, blessings, much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth. To the rest of the church who believe as well, you men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters as well. The water to Yahawashi, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. I'm going to start this lesson off in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, and verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Now, according to Romans 15 and 4, I believe that's what it is, it tells us that the things written aforetime were written for our learning. So even unto this very day, we are to consider the words written in the Bible. Now, even to this very day, just like going back to the time of Ezekiel, what we're doing, the men who go out and teach on the streets and we do these lessons throughout the week, we are in the same stead, the same lot as Ezekiel. Ezekiel was a prophet. Ezekiel was a man of the Lord. And he was faced with dealing with a rebellious nation. And we are, as a whole, a pretty difficult nation to deal with, a pretty difficult nation to bear. But nevertheless, we are a wonderful nation because we are the Lord's people. We are the Lord's chosen people. But our people, they don't want to consider these things. They want to keep going against the laws, statutes, and commandments willingly. A lot of our people keep making excuses on why we don't have to keep the law. And the biggest excuse is just saying, you know what, the laws are done away with. We don't have to keep the laws anymore, which is just pure ridiculous, and it's not biblical. Okay, that's just a sign that our people constantly transgress against the Most High, because why? They are a rebellious nation. Saying the laws is done away with, and you've been corrected, and you're still saying the laws is done away with, that is you being rebellious. Okay? And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, sons and daughters now, all right? I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. So our people constantly sin against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Our people rather follow behind Esau Edom. Okay, let's go to the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And our people act just like the devil. The devil is a liar, a deceiver. And our people speak deceiving words. Words like the laws are done away with. Okay? Our people find any excuse in the world on why they don't need to keep the laws of the Lord. Because it does take work. It does take sacrifice. To be a modern day Christian, the only thing you have to do is say, I believe, and you can still go out and be a sodomite, be an adulterer, be a witch doctor, right? You could do all sorts of evil things in the dark, but all you have to do is believe in Jesus Christos. That's ridiculous, man. Okay? Being in this ministry, being in this walk, being in this truth, being a believer of Yahawashi, being a fellow member of the house of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, the house of David, the house of Jacob, okay, which we hope we are, right? It comes with conditions. To be in the house of David, we have to be domesticated. To say the laws are done away with, you're basically a brute beast. You're basically an animal. So to say the laws are done away with, you are a liar. And our people follow after Esau, Edom, who is a liar. And their ways show it, because they are of their father the devil. Now let's go to Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 4. They that forsake the law, like for example, the laws are done away with. That's you saying you're forsaking the law, okay? They that forsake the law praise the wicked. Why? Because if you forsake the laws of the Most High, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, that just shows you are of your father the devil. That just shows you praise the wicked. Okay? They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. For example, did you know that committing adultery, the penalty is death? So if you willingly go inside of a man's wife, okay, if you willingly go inside of a woman knowing that she has a man, you just willingly committed adultery, and typically the penalty would be death. Now, seeing that we don't apply the law and we do it ourselves, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai could bring it to you, a car wreck. You can trip, fall, break your neck, roll down the stairs, break your leg, and just, however the Lord can take you out of here. Okay? The Lord can take people out in so many ways. And our people constantly offend the Lord. Our people constantly go against His ways. And how do you think He feels about that, man? That's highly offensive to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's why we're in a time where all the excuses, all the games, all the people who once did not know this, who now know it, you can't say you have an excuse anymore. Those days are pretty much behind us now. That's why we're moving into a different phase, man. The Lord is going to keep on increasing things until the day comes that we ultimately get delivered. Okay? But our people are rebellious as hell. So let's touch on Isaiah 30 and verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, speaking of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh. So our people are so rebellious, they won't even listen to the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father is a fierce power that can bring our worst fears upon us. Yet our people are so evil, they're willing to rebel against Him. That's crazy as hell, man. That's insane. That's some psychopathic, lunatic stuff right there, man. Because if you don't fear the Lord, you must not, like the scriptures just told you, you don't understand judgment. If you don't fear the Lord, you just don't understand. You have no idea. Okay, if you had an increment of how the Lord gets down, you would fear it. Okay, now let's read this again in verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Why? Because they'll keep saying things like the law's done away with. That was back then. That was back in the Bible days. We're in a different time now. The Bible wasn't actually written for us to take literally. Whatever the excuse may be, there's an infinite amount of excuses. There's an infinite amount of lies. But you know what? There's one truth. And that one truth is coming through the men with the Holy Spirit. The men with the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The men who are of the household of David. And Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. And the Lord shows us things that keep us boosted in the faith to where we're just super confident. Some brothers are starting to feel, greater than ever, more powerful than ever through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So as our people keep rebelling and going against this word, they're going to crumble and fall. Okay? Ultimately. Verse 10. Which say to the seers. Why are the seers called the seers? Because they can see prophecy. They can see things that are to come according to what the scriptures say, because the Lord is giving his prophets, his servants, the secrets, the mysteries, and to break it down and to tell our people openly, to tell these dark sayings openly. Okay? Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. The law's done away with. That's prophesying deceit. Saying there's only 10 commandments. That's prophesying deceit. Now, ultimately, okay, all the commandments are pretty much compacted within what you would call the 10 commandments. But to say there's only 10 commandments is a lie. Okay, it's a lie. Let's go forward. This is the book of Deuteronomy. Chapter 4 and verse 40. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day. And who is it speaking to? Well, let's hold this right quick. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on the side Jordan in the wilderness. It didn't say anything about any other nation. It didn't say Esau. It didn't say Ishmael. It didn't say Ammon. It didn't say Ham. Okay? These words are being spoke to the Israelites. All right? So you other nations, you can't put yourself in something you were never a part of. Deuteronomy 1:1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazareth and Dizabah. Okay, and even going back, well, it's going forward to the scripture, but where we are now in this life, going back to the time of John the Baptist. John the Baptist was baptizing Israelites in River Jordan. He wasn't baptizing no other nations. He was only baptizing Israelites. So when it comes to salvation, when it comes to these laws, statutes, and commandments, when it comes to the baptism, it's only for Israel. All right, now let's go back to where I was. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 40. Thou shalt keep, and remember, this is speaking to the Israelites. I just read it to you. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy power giveth thee forever. Okay, so we're supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments if we want things to go well with us. Why would that all of a sudden change? Why would that all of a sudden be done away with? That doesn't even make any sense. Because typically, when you look at the Bible itself, from Genesis all the way to Revelations, and that includes the Apocrypha, the Bible is known as the book of the law. Okay? And the words within the Bible are also known as the everlasting commandments. And I'll prove both of them. So let's go to the book of Joshua, chapter 1. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to the Apocrypha, because, you know what, let's just stick to this. Let's just, since I'm already here, my brain's racing. This is Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. So this book of the law, so the law isn't just the 10 commandments. Typically, the Bible itself, all right, is known as the book of the law. So this whole book is the law, statutes, and commandments. So to say the laws, statutes, and commandments are done away with, you're basically saying the Bible's done away with. Okay? This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. So that shows you what? The laws aren't done away with. Because we're supposed to meditate on these scriptures day and night and observe to do all the laws, statutes, and commandments that are written in these scriptures. But we understand that what? We're not going to be saved by the law. Okay? But we are to still rehearse the righteous acts. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So if you want to have good success, if you want to be prosperous, if you want things to go well with you, you would keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Not make up a lie and say, oh, the laws are done away with. But it's also a lie to say we are going to be saved because of the law. Because we fall short. To break one law, you break all of them. But the Lord wants to see that we're attempting to keep his law. All right? In a wicked body. Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and 5. The word of God Most High is the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments. So the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is found where? In the book of the law, the Bible, right? And these words, her ways, are everlasting commandments. So to say that the commandments, to say that the law is done away with, you're saying that the Bible itself is done away with. And that wouldn't make any sense if you claim to believe in the Bible. Okay? But the problem is our people want to make their own way. Our people don't want to take accountability. Our people like death. When it comes to, hearing these words, when it comes to hearing these commandments, we're actually giving our people life. But our people reject life constantly. Okay? Let's go to the book of Baruch. I think it's Baruch. It might be in... Dang, what is that, man? Is it Baruch? Baruch. I'm going to try Baruch chapter 3 and 1. That's not it. Okay, this is Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. So if you listen to the words found in the scriptures, if you apply the law, statutes, and commandments, you're listening to life. You're applying life. You're applying success to your life. Why do you think our people are so broken and so messed up right now? Because our people are constantly throwing off the ways of the Lord and putting on the filth, the garment of the heathen, spiritually speaking. Our people want to be like the heathen. Our people want to be like our enemies and not actually be who they are. That's an identity crisis, man. That's pathetic. Okay? And really, you're clowning yourself when you say you don't want to follow the ways of the Lord. You're basically saying you have self-hate. You have self-hate. That's exactly what it is. For you Israelites, if you don't want to follow Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that is because you have self-hate. You hate who you are because you are indeed an Israelite. But you hate that. So you hate yourself. All right? So what does that make you? Makes you a loser. That makes you insecure. All right? But we're going to follow the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to the best of our ability. But with doing that, we understand that we are not going to be saved by the law. But the laws are not done away with nevertheless. So this is Isaiah chapter 64 and verse 6. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags. And we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. So we're not perfect. We've all have sinned. We've all have come short of the glory of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And that's the beauty of Yahushai. Yahushai came and gave us that mercy, gave us that grace period, because on our own, we would not have had a chance in hell. So we have to totally depend on Yahweh Shai. We have to totally depend on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to keep us in the spirit, to even want to keep the laws. Because if that spirit was to leave us, we would not want to keep these laws. We'd be like everybody else, making excuses. All the laws are done away with. That was back then. The Bible's not real. The Lord can have you thinking all sort of things, man. But thank goodness we actually want to do right. Although we are full of iniquity. We are full of mistakes. We are full of transgressions. But we are all as an unclean thing. All the men and women, all the males and females of Israel. Even our babies, when they come into the world, because reincarnation is in the Bible and we all come back. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags. So our righteousness are as a woman's rag when she's on a period, when she's on her cycle. Okay, because back then, women didn't use tampons. Women were using rags to keep the blood from, pouring down their legs, so to speak. And we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away. So our iniquities have taken us away. But that doesn't mean, well, you know what? Might as well just give up, not keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and just be animals. And all we have to do is call on Jesus Christos and say, I'm sorry, and then do it again tomorrow. It's all good. No, man. All right? We actually have to live a certain way. And that's according to what the word says. And we are to meditate on these things. So I'm going to go on ahead and wrap it up there and give all thanks and praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wabrakak, Wadash, Shalom.